or should I say we'll have a recap of that, and then we'll try to finish the master data portion today. Okay. Yeah. All right. Basically, so if you're talking about master data in EWM, the two important master data that we're talking about is the warehouse product master and packaging specification. Okay. So when you talk about warehouse product master, this is the warehouse product. The warehouse product. Okay. The warehouse product is basically the replica of the material master that we create in ECC. So there are data that is so whenever we go ahead and create a product, or sorry, a material in ECC for a certain plant, okay, and against this, and which is linked or which is assigned to a certain warehouse, an intermediate warehouse in ECC, which has a final warehouse in EWM, okay, and if we need to go ahead and work on that material in EWM, okay, then in that case we'll have to go ahead and create a warehouse product master in EWM. So whenever we go ahead and create a material master, okay, after we go ahead and create it, we'll have to do a sifting, or should I say we need to sift it, or we need to transfer it from ECC to EWM, so that then once this product reaches, the warehouse product reaches EWM, we need to go ahead and assign, we need to go ahead and add in some more warehouse dependent data within EWM. Okay. Now when you're talking about warehouse product master, there is something which is known as a warehouse independent and a warehouse dependent data. Okay. So let's just go to this. Alright. So this is the warehouse product that we have within. This is the warehouse product that we have in EWM. Okay. So now when you're talking about the same material, when we view the same material in ECC,
Manoj?
yeah.
Siffing is happening now. We had a issue.
Yes, it is happening.
Okay, what was the issue?
No, it's not. I created a material, and then this is the material that I had created, and I sifted it also, so it kind of went through.
No, what was the issue the other day? We were not able to move.
Yeah. No, but then the same afternoon I tried it again.
Okay.
Yes, so let's go ahead and create one. Basically what we're trying to do is we just let's just go and create this product. and then see how this is how it behaves. So we'll put a different material group. Just create this new material and see. Okay. We'll also go ahead and make this product as batch managed. Okay. We'll create this product as go ahead and create it as batch managed. The storage conditions. Let's put the storage conditions out here. Storage condition 01. Let's put the serial number profile also. Serial number profile 01. Let's put an inspection type also for this, so that it is quality managed. And then let's put the standard HU type, serial number profile again. Let's put the HU type. So if you see, this is the product that we've created. So if you see that this product does not exist right now in EWM, okay, but we've just created this product over here in ECC. This is the product that we've created. Alright. Now let's go ahead and do a setting with this.
Manoj, always you need to give plant also?
Sorry?
Do we need to give plant always?
See, the reason why I'm giving the plant over here is, the reason why I'm doing that is because, you know, there might, like I told you, right, there might be cases wherein this product is, you know, is extended to multiple plants, okay?
Yeah.
This product is extended to multiple plants, but you have made changes only to a certain plant, only for that product, only against a certain plant. Okay. Another thing is that that plant is probably assigned, that plant is assigned to just one warehouse. Okay. You might have the same product extended to multiple warehouses, okay, having of different plants. But then the thing is that you probably want to go ahead and have it. It is as good as you have this sale season that happens, right? Sale. Okay. When you're talking about the retail scenario, let's say there might be certain T-shirt or a certain trouser which is probably on sale in Mumbai but not sale in Bangalore.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, Manoj.
Yeah. See. You see this?
That is SPCW. Okay.
Sorry?
I think the material is extended SPCW, right?
Yeah. God. Same problem. Waiting for God, how can this happen? Created. I just got created again. There's a problem.
Maybe we can first send the plant and then material.
Sorry?
First we can send the plant and then the material.
No, the plant is already sent. If you see, the plant, it's already there. It's already over here. This plant is already there. It's already created. You don't have to, send it, because that's the whole thing. Because when I created this product, When I created the other product, the 009, I went ahead and the first thing that I checked is this. It went through. It didn't have any problems. You see this? This is what I checked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I checked it out here. That's the first thing that I did. The location is already created. It's not that it's not, it's not created or anything like that. Okay, let's. VP number is also created. Let me just try this now. opening an RFC connection. So for some reason we're not able to ship it today, because after we had that day when we had created this product, we had tried to create 008, right? And then after that I subsequently created a 009, and then I tried to ship it. And I was able to go ahead and create that. Let me just create a new one. Let's see. Patch managed. Okay. This seems a little funny because I created the error when opening the RFC connection. For some reason, I'm not sure why we're getting this error. Let me I'll just check that. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, Ms.
Yeah. So I'll just check that today, and I'll see what exactly is the issue, because I was able to sift everything the other day. Now it's giving us the error that we're not able to open the RFC correction. So I'll have to just check that. So basically, let's just get into the whole thing. Okay. So basically over here, when you're talking about, product master data, warehouse product master data, so there is something which is known as a warehouse, there's something known as the warehouse dependent data and warehouse independent data. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're talking about warehouse independent data, the tabs that we're talking about is the properties tab, where we've got the material group. As we enter it over there, whatever information that we enter over there in ECC flows into flows into EWM. Okay. Then you're talking about the units of measurement, the classification data. Within the packaging data, okay, if you're talking about the packaging material type, the HU type, the standard HU type, all this material, all this information will flow in from ECC. Okay. Then when you go to the storage tab, okay, in the storage tab, you've got the serial number profile, which is there. The quality inspection group, which we enter over here. Let's Okay. So the other information such as the quality inspection group that we go ahead and enter over here at the the quality inspection group that we enter over here in the WM execution view in ECC gets flowed into the warehouse product master automatically. The serial number profile, if we go ahead and maintain the serial, like we've maintained the serial number profile over here as 0002, it will get flown over here in ECC, in EWM. Okay. So all this information gets flowed over here. These are all warehouse, all this information gets flowed in from ECC to EWM. Then there is something which is known as the warehouse dependent data. Okay. Now this warehouse dependent data you have to maintain over here. This is the tab. Now whenever a material gets shifted to EWM, when you come to the screen, it will only the thing is that you will be able to see this material. But if you click on the display button, you'll say it will say that the material has not yet been activated or it does not exist. So you'll have to go and create. You'll have to go ahead and create this this material within EWM. So when you go ahead and create it, that's when you enter all this information. We go ahead and enter all this information, whether you want to have documentary batch, if it is not batch managed, whether what is the put away control indicator, what is the stock removal control indicator, all this information. So the warehouse data is something that we enter within EWM. Similarly, slotting, all the information that you enter for slotting also will have to be maintained within EWM manually. Then you've got the storage type data over here, wherein you mention whether you need to use fixed bins or fixed storage bins and all that for a certain product. You can go ahead and enter it out here. So you maintain all this information within EWM. Okay. So when you go ahead and create a product in ECC and go ahead and shift or transfer it from ECC to EWM, there is multiple data. There are multiple units of data that get transferred automatically from ECC to EWM. However, there are certain tabs that you'll have to maintain within EWM so that you can go ahead and actively use this product as per the scenario that is being given to us by the client. Okay? Alright guys?
Yep.
Yeah, Manoj, where do you maintain that alternate data?
Your voice breaks just a minute. Yeah, sorry sir. What did you say?
You said you have to maintain as per the client additional data. Where you maintain additional data apart from this storage data and warehouse data, package data?
See, this is the additional data. This is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
The warehouse data, slotting, Warehouse data is basically something that you'll maintain. I mean, if you're working with bulk storage, okay, if you're saying that your warehouse is bulk storage managed, then you'll have to put in a bulk storage indicator out here also.
Okay.
All that. So, but all this information, the put away control indicator, the bulk storage indicator, all this is in configuration. So from there, so basically what happens is whenever we go ahead and when you're talking about working on master data in EWM, or for that matter any other, whether it's even if it's MM or any implementation. But if you're talking about in EWM specifically, so basically there's something that you have to, in any implementation, basically there's a template file which is created, right? There's a template file wherein you say that if the client already has SAP, the client already has SAP implemented over there, and they now want to go ahead and implement EWM. So basically you'll create a template file. You'll give them all this information that you have, that you need to enter, okay, in EWM. You'll give them a sample. You'll tell them that, see, this is the template. So if this is the product, you'll kind of ask them basically from the core team of the business. You basically ask them samples of products. Let's say if it's a manufacturing client, let's say pipes, pipes and all these these duct pipes, these huge duct pipes which are used by all these let's say all these telephone companies.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are these duct pipes wherein from inside that you've got these wires and all that, right?
Yeah.
You must be seeing. I'm not sure because out here in Mumbai, I'm sure it will be there most of the places wherein these guys come with these huge, this entire should I say a roll full of duct pipes.
Yeah, mostly.
And they kind of they open up this manhole and they kind of transfer it from one manhole to the other, and they kind of underground, so it's kind of pulled from the other end. Have you seen that activity anytime?
Yeah. Mostly it's orange color,
Yeah.
the duct pipe.
Yes, orange or blue or something like that. So that's a duct pipe. That's something the duct pipe or coil. You call that a coil, duct coil. So let's say if you're going ahead and implementing EWM in a warehouse which which manufactures these pipes, these irrigation pipes, these plastic PVC pipes, and these duct coils and all that. Let's say they've got 3-4 variants like this of products. So basically you'll create a template file and then you'll give it to them. You'll tell them that for each category of product, give me a sample product, and then from their legacy system. So we'll go into their legacy system and then check. Okay, fine. These are the major 10 products that they have, 10 categories that they have within the warehouse. And based on that, you've already done the configuration. You've said that, let's say if you're getting these pipes which are 6 meter in length, 12 meter in length, 9 meters in length. So then in that case, they will go to a certain area within a warehouse. If you've got coils, these duct coils, then they will go to a certain area within the warehouse. So for every area, okay, you might have created some kind of a storage section indicator. There might be a certain bulk storage indicator that you'll be using. For a certain type of product, you might have a different storage removal control indicator. Let's say if you're talking about these coils that the client has manufactured, he might say that I don't want to use it as a first in first out. I don't want to use it as a first in first out. I want to go ahead and it should be picked. It should go ahead and be picked based on the batch. Okay. There should be a batch-based picking over there. I don't want it whether it has to be first in, first out or last in. I don't want all that. I just want to go ahead and create, because the client will always tell me that I want a prime grade or a non-prime grade. Let's say. I'm telling you this because this is a live case that we had done for one of the warehouses which we had implemented. So this is the case that basically we had done. So I'm just giving you that case. So basically over there he said that the batch will either be a prime grade or a non-prime grade, and based on that he's got multiple parameters based on which he has to pick. So when you're creating a product like this, in that file you have to mention all these data. We have to say it's the product, what is the put away control indicator, what's the stock removal control indicator. That is obviously something which you will enter once you receive his his inputs regarding the sample material that he provides. Once he gives us a sample product, then we go ahead and take a dump of all the products from ECC, and then go ahead and do this mapping of this exercise, do this mapping exercise, and then finally the final product is the final file is created, which can then which we can then sift it and probably create a BDC program, something out here in EWM, so that it automatically processes all that. You can do that. Okay.
Yeah, Manoj, I just sent one material from ECC to.
I'm not able to hear you clearly, Shashi.
I just sent a material from ECC to SCM.
Okay.
Basically, there are some errors in QRFC. Because of that, all further transactions also getting failed. I just cleared all the entries in QRFC and sent. Now it is working fine. I have cleared all the entries.
This is the user ID that you use, right? Right?
Yeah.
But were you able to sift it? You're not able to sift it, right?
I was able to sift it already. It is there.
Sorry?
Material is already reached EWM. I have pinged you the material number.
Yeah, I got it from the outbound queue.
Yeah.
Which is the warehouse?
EZ01.
I'll create a. Let me just check. Yeah. Let us create a BP for this.
Yeah.
What is this plant?
PLA957.
PLA 957.
Yeah. This is the location in SCM.
Now, what is the plant in ECC?
A957.
EG01.
Same, right?
A957. DE only. Five two three two four. Starts with the GNR.
Okay. See, this is how it basically comes out. The warehouse data is not maintained for the product, and then we go ahead and create it out here. You might have not maintained the material group out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there's not, this material group does not basically does not exist out here. This transportation group does not exist out here.
Okay.
We'll have to do, I mean, there's a lot of, basically there's a lot of sync that we need to do whenever we're talking about ECC and EWM. There's a lot of data that we need to go ahead and see. So there's something, when you're talking about input terms, when you're talking about shipping data, transportation groups, all that. So whatever data that we maintain in ECC will have to be maintained in configuration in EWM as well.
Okay.
I'm not entering much of data. You can you can enter this data later on.
Okay.
So basically, when you're talking about the warehouse product data, so we're talking about the template data basically. So if you're talking about the template data, we need to go ahead and maintain all these products, all this information. There's certain information which flows in from ECC, and there is certain information within certain tabs within that you'll have to maintain within EWM. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So all that
so that was-
information we will be uploading into EWM directly, or that will be shipped?
Sorry.
All this information, this Incoterms, shipping conditions, transportation, all this information, that will be transferred from ECC to EWM, or that will be uploaded directly into EWM?
No, if you're talking about shipping conditions and all, that will be transferred from ECC to EWM.
Okay, yes.
Then, but the thing is that whatever information, like let's say if you're talking about a shipping condition, okay, if you're talking about that, let's say you're talking about a warehouse, let's say you're talking about, the warehouse product group, okay. Okay, so or any information like that, the warehouse storage condition, something like that. If you're maintaining all this, if you're entering any data that you have in ECC, the same information has to be created out here in EWM also in configuration.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll have to create that. Unless and until you don't go ahead and create it, you'll not have a sync. Like now, if you're talking about the packaging data, okay, so you might have certain packaging material types and certain HU types within ECC. Okay.
Yeah.
You might have certain data that you have in ECC, but then it is not necessary that all the times whatever, if you just maintain it in ECC, it will be it will be created in EWM also. So you'll have to manually create it in EWM also, as in basically in configuration.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, you'll have the same error. So now in ECC, basically you put the transportation group as 0005, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the thing is that transportation group does not exist over here in EWM.
Okay.
You see this?
Yeah.
It does not exist in EWM. So then in this case, you'll have to go ahead and actually, go ahead and go into configuration and maintain the transportation group in EWM, and only then, this when whatever information that you enter in ECC will kind of, get, transferred to EWM. Okay.
So how many such fields are there, Manoj? Manoj?
Yes, Suhail, voice is breaking. Tell me.
No, how many such fields are there where we have to remaintain in EWM also? I mean, is it not every data is needed to be maintained?
Your voice is breaking, Suhail. Your voice is not clear.
Sasi, can you ask this question?
No, even I'm also not able to get you.
See, how many such fields are there which have to be remaintained in EWM?
Which have to be
Remaintained
Maintain manually in EWM.
again.
Have to be maintained manually in EWM. Okay.
Again. I mean, you told transportation group and shipping condition and all have to be recreated again, right?
No, I couldn't understand the latter part.
See, we have material group in MMECC.
Yes.
That if we SIF, I don't think we have to remaintain that in EWM.
No, you don't have to do that.
Okay. But there are certain fields, like transportation group and shipping conditions.
Yes. So that, okay, I'll just show that over here.
No, correct. What I am telling is, how many such fields are there which have to be recreated again in config?
You see all this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is basically the information that you'll have to enter, you'll have to maintain in ECC also.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is the main information. Then if you're talking about, see over here. Over here we're talking about the handling unit types. Okay, so these are the HU types. Okay.
Okay.
Now this is maintained in ECC. You'll have to go ahead and maintain the same thing in EWM also. So you see this?
Yeah.
These are additional over here. There are additional HU types that they have created within EWM. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now if you check this, now this is the logistics general node of ECC. So here you've got multiple, all these information. You've got all this information out here, right?
Yeah.
See, over here we're talking about, different, basically, the packaging material types, the packaging groups, and all that. Okay. When you're talking about all this, over here, if you see that you've got so many different HU types out here within EWM. Okay. But if you try to maintain any one within ECC, okay, you just need to see what is the number of what is the number of options that you receive, that you basically get within ECC. So I'll just show you that. Just a minute. Okay, so this is the HU type that we have. Okay, HU type field. So if you just click on an F4, you'll see that these are the only options that I have over here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, over here, if I see, since I've maintained only these many HU types, since I've maintained only these many HU types, I will only see these many HU type options out here. Okay. However, in EWM, if you go ahead and see in EWM, if you in EWM, if you see that there are so many other HU types that have been created inside, right?
Yeah.
So this is also a sync that you'll have to make. You'll see that, basically then in that case, even if you go ahead and enter all these HU types within ECC, work with them, because there is no relevance of this in ECC. So
Yeah.
if you want to go ahead and create let's say a product, if you want to create a product which is having an HU type as tote, okay, in ECC you will not be able to create it because this HU type does not exist over there.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what these are. So if you're talking about the HU types, the packaging material types, shipping conditions, Incoterms, all this is a part of the integration that you do between ECC and between ERP and EWM.
Mm-hmm.
So even before you go ahead and actually do any process of creation of material master and all that, the first thing that you'll have to do is you'll have to configure all that within in ERP and in EWM.
Okay.
Okay. So this is just one example of master data sync that you'll have to do between ECC and EWM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Manoj, I have a question here.
Yeah.
So, in case if we have multiple ECC systems connecting to single EWM,
Okay.
So, for example, for one industrial pallet kind of HU, okay. So I had given one name in ECC ABC system, and in ECC XYZ system I had given another name for the same HU. Okay. So in such cases, how should we maintain master data in EWM?
Okay, so typically when you've got multiple instances of ECC which are connected to EWM, okay, so though they are multiple instances, that's the reason why there is something which is known as a global template.
Okay.
Okay, so in the global template itself, they will go ahead and basically define the nomenclature, okay, country-wise. Country-wise or instance-wise or zone-wise or something like that, wherein they'll say that if let's say probably in Europe and in India you're using the same, Europe is a different instance and India is a different instance, both is connected to an EWM system. So probably in Europe, if E1 is a Euro pallet, and in India also E1 is Euro pallet, but over there in Europe it means Euro pallet 1 meter, but over here it means Euro pallet 1.5 meters.
Okay.
Okay, and both are E1.
Yeah.
Then, but the thing is, both these HU types are actually are basically connected to the same EWM system, right?
Yeah.
So you'll not be able to go ahead and create it. So basically, when you're talking about a global template rollout, they kind of all these things will have to be maintained, will have to be checked on.
Okay.
Second thing is, even let's say even if a global template is not created, for master data, and you try to go ahead and maintain it, you'll not be able to maintain it because there is already an entry over there in EW.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
So, what is this business partner entitled to dispose?
Okay. See, this is what we've got it over here, right? V1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's try to create it and box small underscore. You'll get this error.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now let's talk about another important master data that we have, in EWM, within EWM. Okay, let me just go there. Basically, a packaging specification. Now, if probably Suhail, you might have if you might have worked on POF1, POP1.
Yes. I have worked in handling unit.
In ECC.
Yeah, I have worked on that.
Yeah. So when you're talking about automatic packaging and all that, when you're talking about all that in ECC, basically I'll just give you a rundown on this, Shashi. Basically, the thing is, in any scenario in ECC, let's say if you want to go ahead and do some kind of an automatic packing, okay?
Okay.
So basically, you go ahead and create, you'll have to create some master data. The master data is basically a rule that you create. Now, let's say you've got a manufacturing unit, and within the manufacturing unit, you have a certain product. Let's say it's a bottle, okay, plastic bottle, and 15 such bottles can be packed in one carton. And 4 such cartons can be packed in one, huge carton. Okay. So if this is the rule, so basically you'll go ahead and create that master data in ECC. Okay. You'll say that this is my material, this is my first level of packaging, and then this is my second level of packaging. So the first and second level of packaging will have different packaging materials. Okay.
Okay.
Will have different packaging materials. So the first level of packing is a small box. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got bottles which are placed inside small boxes, and these four such small boxes are placed inside one carton. So that basically will create one handling unit, one nested handling unit for you. So if this is the case, yeah. So if this is the case, then in that case you'll have to maintain all this information within ECC. There are 2 transactions. One is POP1 and POF1. So basically, you'll have to maintain this rule over there. Okay.
Oh, you need to maintain
for going ahead and doing some kind of an automatic packaging and all that. Likewise, if you're talking about in ECC, in EWM, this is just part of the information that I spoke about. Packaging specification does not actually mean all this. It does mean this, but then it is something more. Okay. So basically, this is the screen for a packaging specification. Okay. So packaging specification is basically a master data in which the EWM system uses to first go ahead and do packing. Okay, packing by which you can, let's say if you're talking about palletization, it goes ahead, will go ahead and create handling units within ECC, within EWM. When you're receiving it, let's say if you're receiving some product, and basically the thing is you know that you've received all these as loose, and you have to go ahead and create it you'll have to go ahead and create these handling units within the warehouse. So once you've created all these handling units within the warehouse, in the system, if you want to go ahead and have an automatic packing for this, you will have to create a packaging specification. That is for inbound. Likewise, let's say for a certain reason, if you want to go ahead and create, you've got these loose products within your warehouse, and you want to go ahead and pack them while you're shipping them out. You want to pack these products within cartons or within some kind of an issue when you're trying to ship them out from your warehouse. If that is the case, then also the packaging specification will be used in EWM. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's basically the outline of what exactly a packaging specification does. Now let's understand the fields, and let's understand what are the parameters, what are the important parameters that you have what are the parameters that you need to consider whenever you want to go and create a packaging specification. Okay. So the first level is whenever we want to go and create a packaging specification. Okay. Whenever we want to go and create a packaging specification, the first thing is you'll have to go and create what is a packaging specification group. So let's do one thing over here. Let me just let me just go and create a new packaging specification. So when you try to go and create a packaging specification, the first thing that you'll have to select is the packaging specification group. You can have multiple packaging specification groups. Okay, we're going to be using the standard, which is SAP. It will give you a packaging specification number. Okay, now this is a number which has to be maintained. It's a running number, running series, which you will get based on the packaging specification group. Okay. Then once you go ahead and create this, you have to go ahead and click on the change button. Over here, let's put in okay, maintain this. This is the description. Then the other important parameters that you'll have to go ahead and maintain in the packaging specification is a condition type. Okay. Basically a condition type, like I said, when you're talking about an inbound scenario and outbound scenario, okay, so in which conditions does the system have to go ahead and do this packaging? So these are these condition types. Okay. So when you're talking about these condition types, you've got multiple condition types. There's warehouse order creation, deconsolidation, inbound delivery, outbound delivery, palletization data, all this, or warehouse task, OWST. All these are condition types which we basically which we will use to go ahead and create a packaging specification. Okay. So like I said, you'll be using a packaging specification for palletization during, let's say if you want to do some kind of an automatic packing during the inbound delivery, some kind of automatic packing during an outbound delivery when you want to ship it from either, when you want to ship it from your warehouse. So in such cases, you'll be going ahead and creating a packaging specification. So basically, if you're talking about the packaging specification layout, so the condition type is one important parameter which goes ahead and determines, which goes ahead and helps the system determine what is the condition, or what is the basically the requirement under which you'll have to go ahead and create a an HU. Basically how do I go ahead and create the HU? So if you're talking about the condition type, okay, these are the multiple condition types that we have within the basically these are different condition types that are available. So over here, let's select OIBD, that is for inbound delivery. Okay. Then the next input that you'll have to maintain is the supply chain unit. The supply chain unit is something that you'll have to create in ECC, any that you create in EWM. and we maintain that over here. So basically this means that for which warehouse, okay, for which warehouse are you going ahead and creating this packaging specification for? Then you have to maintain the product, okay, and then there is something which is known as the validity date that you'll have to enter. You might have to go ahead and there might be cases where you just need this packaging specification for a certain period. So based on that, you can go ahead and create the validity date. All right. Okay. The next information that you basically maintain over here is for the product. This is the product. Okay. This is the quantity that you'll be putting. The quantity over here will be 1. Okay. Then once we maintain this information, then we get into the levels of packaging. Okay. We'll get into the levels of packaging. Let's say the target quantity that you want to have out here, let's say is 10. Okay. So basically over here you say that basically what we're trying to say is for 10 eaches of this product, we'll have to go ahead and create 1 HU. Okay. And over here, so let's just select the packaging material. I'm just selecting the packaging material, the first level of the first level of packaging that we're going to be using. Let's say this is the packaging material that has been created. This packaging material is also material that we'll have to create in ECC and then shift it to EWM. Okay. Let's enter this out here. Okay. Let's save this. Then let's go ahead and activate this. Now the reason why I'm activating this is unless and until you don't activate a packaging specification, you will not be able to use this packaging or the system will not consider this or determine this whenever certain kind of an operation is to be performed. Okay. Alright guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically now let's get into a little bit of food depth. Now that we've known that what exactly a packaging specification does, and now let's go ahead and understand how does the system go ahead and determine a packaging specification. Now that we've created this packaging specification for this product, okay, for this product, and this is the packaging material that we are going to be using. This is the target quantity that we've been talking about, and when it goes and creates an HU. So if this is the case, whenever an inbound delivery, whenever there's an inbound delivery that will happen for this product, and if I send let's say we're sending 100 eaches of this product, okay, so then in that case, in that inbound delivery, when it happens, you will have 10 HUs that are created. You have it this packaging material type in EWM. So this is basically that happens. This is the operation that will happen in EWM. But for this operation to happen in EWM, there will have to be some kind of a determination that should happen in EWM. So the determination will happen under the following criteria. Okay. So now let's get into okay. So here, like I said, you'll have to maintain the packaging specification, number range, and all that. Based on that, then you've got the packaging specification group, which we spoke about. SAP is the one that we used. It has a different number range data. It has different number range. So based on that, you'll have the data over here created. Then then after that we're talking about the structure of a packaging. Basically, you're talking about the we're going here and talking about the structure of a packaging specification. Okay. So when you talk about the structure of packaging specification, it basically a packaging specification will consist of the following. Basically, over here we're talking about the header data. Basically, it will give you the information about this is the data. It will give you the information about what is the name of the packaging specification, and header data over here can be seen much better. Much better over here. So this is the packaging specification that we created. Okay. This is the packaging specification that we created. So this is the header data over here. Who created the packaging specification, what is the product, and all that. So this is the information. Then when you go ahead and go inside this, okay, when you go ahead inside this, over here we're talking about the content of the packaging specification. So the content of the packaging specification is what is the product, actual product, what is the base level quantity that you're talking about. Then you're talking about levels. Okay, level is when you're talking about levels, over here it says the main level. Level, basically you're talking about how many levels of packaging that you're having. Now you might have a case where in this product it can be packed into multiple packaging materials. You can have it will go and sit in this small box. It will go into a small box, and then after a small box it might go into a carton. Then after a carton it might go into a pallet. All this information, you can create multiple levels of packaging over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we want to add another level, so what should we do?
You can go ahead and add that as well. So you'll have to go ahead and change it, or you'll have to create a second version. You can't go ahead and change a packaging specification. Okay. Just like you've got something like an MM01, MM02, all that, you'll not be able to change it. You'll have to create a second version. Okay. Okay. Now that we have already created, you guys have to create a second version, and then you can go ahead and basically you can add another level out here. So let's say if I click on create a second version, I'm just giving you an example. So add level.
Okay.
Okay. You can go ahead and create that.
So we can add another product also in case of repacking, promotional.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So basically, so this is if you talk about the structure of package specification, this is how it looks. Now, if you're talking about how does it get determined? Okay, determination. The first thing that you're talking about over here is the condition type. Okay. So we had used OIBD. Okay. This is the condition type that we used. Okay. Now this condition type has got this access sequence, which is OIBD. So when you're talking about that, so the first level, like we said, if you're talking about the access sequence, the first thing is let's get over here. The determination procedure for a packaging specification. Okay. So when you're talking about an inbound delivery, okay, this is the determination procedure that it is used. This determination procedure will have the following elements. So we here inside this determination procedure, we've got this condition type, which is OIBD. Okay, which is the inbound delivery. And for this condition type, we've got this determination procedure. Okay. Now, next thing that we need to understand is the access sequence. Now, the access sequence, when we went into this, when we checked the condition type, we found that there is a certain access sequence, right? OIBD. So now let's get into this access sequence first. OIBD is the access sequence that we are having over here. Okay. So within this access sequence, we will see what is the table that is going to be referred, and inside this table, what are the fields that are going to be referred to. Okay. So whenever we're using OIBD as the condition type, okay, the fields that will be checked, so that this access sequence get triggered and the determination procedure that will get triggered is, one is the material ID, which means the material. The second is you're talking about the location ID. Okay. Yeah. The location ID. The location ID, by the location ID we are talking about the supply chain unit that we maintained over there within ECC, in EWM, the packaging specification. Okay. So these are the various source structures. So basically what will happen is, whenever we are entering all this information in this packaging specification, it will go and first check what is the condition type. Based on the condition type, it will check also what is the supply chain unit and what is the product that is there. And it will then go and say that, okay, if this is the condition type, what is the access sequence? So it will go and check this access sequence, and within this access sequence, if it finds that you've got the fields packaging material type, basically you've got the source fields as material ID and location ID, which is product and supply chain unit, then in that case you will have this determination procedure that will be called. Okay, and this is the determination procedure that gets called out here.
But we didn't link this access sequence and determination procedure, right?
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you, Shashi.
We have defined access sequence. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that is linked with condition type.
Yes.
But this condition type is not linked with the determination procedure, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, sorry. But
See, this is the determination procedure, right?
yeah.
And in this determination procedure, if you just check what is the element of the determination procedure, you will see that this is the condition type.
Manoj,
Okay.
Yeah.
how is it linked to inbound and outbound functions?
How is it linked to inbound and outbound functions?
Yeah, how do the system knows that OBD is linked to outbound and IBD to inbound? Where we are making that, we are just creating, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere.
No, all this is standard. Basically, when you are talking about these condition types, right?
Oh.
These condition types these are not condition types that we have created. These are condition types, they are standard condition types.
No, correct.
Okay.
What if I want to create a ZIBD, suppose, and where do I determine?
Sorry?
What if I want to create my own condition types?
You can copy this.
Yeah, correct. And how does it determine that this is for OBD and this is for IBD and this is for other warehouse task or value added service? How do we find out? How do we link that? Anywhere it is there in this detail field of the condition type?
Sorry?
Can you please go to the detail field?
Maybe his question is how we are linking this condition type with the delivery type.
Okay, you're
Suppose
saying
if
that
we
how do we link this?
Yeah. Suppose if we get a inbound delivery from location 3500 and this for that material, and
Uh-huh.
how it will trigger this condition type and access sequence and distribution procedure, all those stuff.
Yes.
Okay, you're saying that how do I go ahead and get this triggered, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Just a minute. So if you're saying that this is my inbound delivery, so basically you're saying that if this is my inbound delivery, how do I go ahead and
Yeah.
what is it? How does the system go ahead and identify that this condition type is for the certain inbound delivery or not? That's what that's your question?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
That is, document category will determine, I suppose.
Hello.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, that is our question.
Okay. See, basically, this condition type that we have, okay, just give you this information now. Okay. So if this is the, so you're saying that, okay, if this is the condition type that I've created, how do I go ahead and, go ahead and link it, right? You're saying that how do I go ahead and have this linkage of this condition type with a certain inbound delivery.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the thing is, when you're talking about a certain inbound delivery type, now this packaging specification that we go ahead and create, okay, when you go ahead and create this packaging specification, okay, over here, we're only saying that for any kind of inbound operation that we're using, any inbound operation that we go ahead and use for, for this product, any kind of inbound operation for this product, this is the packaging specification that will be used. So
Okay.
basically, is your scenario wherein you're saying that if I've got a certain inbound delivery, the packaging specification should be different, and there is a certain inbound delivery, the packaging specification should be different? Is that your question?
Yeah.
For the same material?
Yeah.
Okay, that will not be the case. The reason being is you'll only be able to create one packaging specification for one material.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being is, now let's say if you try to create another packaging specification for this product, okay, if you try to create another packaging specification for this product, then in that case, the validity of this, when the other packaging specification gets created, the validity of this packaging specification will get over.
Okay.
So at one time, only one packaging specification can be made active.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. So whatever the packaging specifications we made, that is global. So that will
Yes.
be applied for all
Yeah.
partners. Okay.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. And one more thing is, so in the workflow, so in case of inbound delivery,
Mm-hmm.
so this packaging should be done at some point of time, right? Maybe at time of goods received, or when we doing the put away from interim storage area somewhere.
Yeah.
So how this will be determined?
Okay. All right. So when you're talking about, basically when you want to create a HU, as soon as the inbound delivery receives, as soon as the inbound delivery comes into EWM, you will be going ahead and you will be using this condition type, OIBD.
Okay.
This is the condition type that you'll be using. Let's say if you want to have, let's say you want to go ahead and create, like I said, after you go ahead and receive the product, you need to take it to a VAS area and then create these packaging specifications. Okay. Then you want to create the HU. Then you'll be using this packaging specification, which is a VAS order.
Okay.
And there's something which is known as VAS, in EWM. So you'll have to create basically a template. You'll have to create a VAS template, and then based on this, you'll be assigning this condition type over there within the packaging specification, and then that is how you'll be able to create the automatic packaging at the VAS center also.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so that basically kind of sums up pretty much the packaging specification and the warehouse product master. Basically, so we're talking about when you're talking about the EWM product master, which consists of the product warehouse product and the packaging specification, that roughly sums up the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe when we see a inbound delivery that is coming to this.
So that time, when we later on when we create an inbound delivery, we'll use the same packaging specification and try to pack it, and then we'll see how the packing happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how we'll do it. So, alright guys, then we will catch up tomorrow. In that case, morning 7:30. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll see you guys tomorrow at 7:30.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. Bye, Suhail. Bye, Sushi.
Bye.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Have a great day.